Hardpoint identified.
Hi everybody, so in this video we're going to be learning the hardpoint rotations for the Checkmate map in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. As you can see, the first hardpoint is right in the middle, inside the plane. Now hardpoint is an amazing game mode because if you learn the hardpoint rotations, because they're always the same around the map, and there's only normally 5 or 6 to learn. If you learn those, you will be at the top of the lobby before you know it, because you'll be able to move to the next hard point without people knowing and slip over there and be ready for when everybody else starts running over there. So after the plane, we need to go to the northeast part, which is part of the hangar, which is over here. There it is. And with 10 seconds to go before the next hard point pops, rather handily, you'll see you get an indicator that says where the next one is. Now, that's good and bad. It's kind of good because it allows people who don't know the hardpoint rotations, gives them a little bit of a heads up, look, this is where you have to go next. It means that the people who do know the hardpoint rotations don't have as much an advantage. Now, what I always say is defend the hardpoint for about 30 seconds if you've caught it. As soon as you get to 30 seconds to go, you should be thinking about moving to the next hardpoint, which in this case is underneath the plane, in here, and that way you can get in to there in advance. It'll also give you enough time, because often players could be spawning in your direct path from one hardpoint to the next, so it enables you to go round the long way to get set up, so your friendlies will start spawning around you and you can all push to the next hardpoint, which is in here. Let me put my trophy system down. How's that? Pretty fantastic, eh? Now, after this one, which this one's called hangars, which I've called centre under the plane, we go to the containers, which is in the north of the map. So we're going back over in that direction. Now, all these rotations, they'll be in the description below the video, and there'll also be a link to a document that has all of the hardpoint rotations that I've done a video for already. And the way that the scoring works in hardpoint is, as long as a member of your team is on the hardpoint, you're scoring points. If there's nobody on the hardpoint, nobody gets any points. If there's more than one of you on the hardpoint, you don't get any more points. So it only has to be one person. If an enemy steps onto the hardpoint, nobody scores any points, and you've got to get rid of them, or they've got to get rid of you. What this means is you can have incredibly close matches, because you can be 200 points behind, but as long as you capture all of the hard points and don't let the enemy onto them, you can get back all of those points, and you have these amazing finishes to some hardpoint matches. They go down to 1 point, where what will happen is if nobody's on the flag, or if the flag's always conflicted with different people on, you can literally be there with one team at 249, one team at 250, battling it away for like 30 seconds trying to capture it, and then all of a sudden the hard point will flick to another place, and this is why it's so important to know where they are. So the next one from here is over in the southwest of the hangar, which is over here by the containers. I think it's here. See if that pops. Yep. And you can be the person who makes the difference between winning or losing. You don't have to be a really good shot. You don't have to be able to do swan dives or jump round corners and all that sort of stuff. All you need to be able to do is know where the next hard point is, move early enough to get there to capture it, and then get yourself tucked away in a nice defendable position. Pop something like your trophy system to shoot down incoming enemy grenades and incoming RPGs and cruise missiles, that sort of thing, and then get the points for your team. That's as simple as that. Now, after this one, we're going to be heading to back inside the plane. It's inside the plane, so it's that. So there we go. So on this one, we've only got 5 different hardpoints to remember, and as I say, when you're going to play another game of hardpoint, all you need to do is make sure you've got this list handy. Once you've played a few rounds of the same map, you tend to understand where they are. Now, Often though, it's not as rosy as this, and you'll be in situations where you simply cannot take the hard point. Often this is the case with the first hard point that arrives, and I will say, you know, often the first hard point, which is this one on this particular map, is don't worry about capturing the first hard point. We know that the next hard point is in the northeast. It's over there. So instead of trying to capture the first hard point, even if you've spawned at the other end of the map, or over here, that way they'll be on that hard point going, oh brilliant, yeah, we've got the hard point, we're earning points, cool. But their teammates will be spawning on the other side of that aeroplane. Meanwhile, all of our teammates are going to be spawning over here, which means that when the next hard point pops, we're going to be in prime position to get on it and defend it, and get lots and lots of lovely points. So here we go. So where's the next one? Yeah, there it is. Actually, we were standing on it before, weren't we? And then, you know, they'll be coming from there. We're good to go, and we can defend it. Now, this particular transition from this hard point to the next one, which is underneath the aeroplane, I would be tempted to go probably even earlier. If you've got teammates who are already on the hard point, there's no point more than one of you being on there, because you're just going to get killed by a grenade or something. So there's nothing wrong with moving around, and we know, for example, that the next hard point is underneath there, underneath the aeroplane, and then the next one is over there. So you could think 2 hard points ahead, and very carefully work your way around here, avoiding shooting enemies. You know, only shoot enemies if you have to. Get yourself into this location, so you're going to be in a prime location where your friendlies are going to spawn around you here, and therefore they're going to be in a position to push towards this hard point. If that doesn't work, you know, they just cannot push, you are then set up for this hard point to take this one. When you watch the professional teams play in the Call of Duty League and like of that, you know, they're thinking 3, 4, 5 hard points ahead, and they'll have members of the team whose specific job is to control the spawn points, to run around and make sure that they can start spawning. Let's go over here, let's capture this hardpoint. And as you play hardpoint, you'll get to know the kind of little places where you can tuck yourself. Some hardpoints are just a nightmare, and you may even consider, you know, just doing something like this and throwing some smoke down just to give you some points on the flag, where the enemy can't see you unless they've got a thermal scope. And as far as loadout goes, you know, there's lots of different options now. We know that after this one, it's going to be over there. Oops, sorry, I got that wrong, didn't I? It's over there. We came to the wrong side.
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint locked down.
I've gone with the MP5 for this particular loadout because it's really good up close. I'm going to get into lots of fights. I've chosen to have as one of my perks danger close, so I've got 2 smokes, 2 frags. I've got the field upgrade is my trophy system for defending against incoming grenades, and then as far as perks go, I've gone with flak jacket to reduce incoming damage, gearhead so that my trophy system recharges faster and goes so they can't see me on the radar. There is a strong argument for having quartermaster as perk 2, so that your tacticals and your lethals recharge over time, so you know you're not left in a situation where you've got nothing to throw at a hard point. And then I've gone with the RPG. You can go with the standard launcher, depends what you've unlocked, so that, you know, it gives me another 3 grenades to go in. So let's get back over here. But you know, go with the gun that you're most familiar with and then works for you.
Hardpoint is secure.
Okay, so this is the southwest of the hangar. Yep, there we go. So the next one, we're going to go back inside the plane, and then we'll do another full rotation of hard points. And I recommend you do go into the offline mode, set up a game of hardpoint with no enemies. I mean, I guess you could throw some easy recruit bots into the mix, and just get to learn these, not only the hardpoint rotations but the routes to go through. Okay, so we've got less than 30 seconds to go, so let's get inside the plane. Let's get our trophy system down. And then as soon as you get in the plane, you've got to be looking at the minimap. Where are the enemies coming from? and you've got to be thinking, where's my next hard point? Now my next hard point is in the northeast, it's over there. So you know, we need to look at this direction, if they might be coming that way.
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint is secure.
Maybe they're coming from there. Again, if a teammate gets onto the hard point with you, by all means, just get off the hard point, push forward. Enemy players get very fixated with getting on the hard point, and you can use that to your advantage by being off to one side, so you're not in their line of sight. Right, 30 seconds to go. Let's move over here so we're ready at this hard point. Ready to take out enemies. Popping our trophy system. Remember, you will be attacked as soon as that 10 seconds to go marker comes up, and other people will know the hardpoint rotation is to figure out what's going on. Now we know that after this one, our next position is underneath the plane. So again, this is one where if the enemies are spawning on that side, you'd maybe go over there, but I think most of the time the enemies are going to be spawning over there, so you would do this big loop around here. Avoiding getting shot, that's the most important thing, you'd be avoiding getting shot. Maybe it would be worth considering using Ninja as your perk, so you can run very, very quietly so they don't hear you come moving up on them. Strange getting used to not being able to mount your weapon on the side of objects, unlike you could in Modern Warfare 2019. So 10 seconds to go. There's the warning. Actually, you wouldn't run in as soon as that warning comes up. You would wait.
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint locked down.
Trophy system out. So the next one is the containers in the north, which is roughly there. Remember, Treyarch love leaving these little head glitch covers things all around to give you a little bit of cover. Every corner has one of these. Right, less than 30 seconds to go, so let's get ourselves set up on the next hard point.
Hardpoint identified. Hardpoint is secure.
Lovely big hard point this. And then after this one we're heading to the southwest, which will be over there. So we'll keep on the hard point for about 30 seconds, but if a teammate jumps on or we get to 30 seconds to go, we give up the hard point to the enemy. We leg it around here. Seconds, so they're going to be running, so if you're like taking them out, they're probably spawning up that end. 4 seconds to go. Smoke goes down. Lob our grenades. And then we know the next hard point is going to be inside the plane. So again, we're going to defend it for 30 seconds. Let's go. They're probably going to be spawning at the other end of the hangar, so we'll probably go up here and defend here. They'll have just had the 10-second warning, so they'll all know, so they'll all be coming towards us now. So remember, there's nothing wrong with pre-firing in Call of Duty. And there we go.
Hardpoint located.
That is
Hardpoint
the
is
last
secure.
hardpoint. Brilliant. The Checkmate map on Call of Duty Cold War Black Ops. Black Ops Cold War. God, almost forgotten. Tell you how hot and bothered I am today. Hopefully the video has been useful. If it has been, hit a like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And of course, I'll see you again soon.